sit, get comfortable. I'll make sure your mic's all set.
What is your benefit by doing this?
I get to help other people. I get to tell my story in a way that doesn't make me feel super uncomfortable because I let it come out when it comes out.
Yeah.
I'm not forcing it out.
Right.
I'm not great at talking about myself.
No, I know that.
But my story is a story of resilience too. I think kind of the pod, sometimes people ask me like what it's about, and I say long form conversations, people's stories. But I think really the theme I'm looking for is resilience. Like I'm looking to know that you can go through the hard things and you can come back from it.
Yeah. Well,
I think I'm trying to help other people understand that they too can go through the hard stuff and come back from it. Like you're not the worst thing you ever did, or the worst thing that ever happened to you. You know, I've unfortunately have had a lot of big life experiences.
right.
And, you know, my mom one time was like, I don't know how you've done it. She's like, you've just the amount of stuff you've had to go through and you are still happy and you're still, you know, trying to put good out in the world and finding my joy. And, you know, I do have still a sense of childhood wonder that I carry.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've never let anything take that from me.
Right.
And I think that that's kind of a special thing. I think a lot of people get super jaded and angry, and then they take it out on other people.
It's amazing how that gets intense. That gets for me.
Taking it out on other people.
Mm-hmm. And then with this new therapist, I realized it's not about them. It doesn't have a fucking thing to do with my health,
Right.
my well-being. What it has to do with forgetting that, dealing with my pain, you know, now and when I was a little boy.
Yep.
And sometimes she'll say, maybe we ought to go in the woods and sit for a little bit.
Oh. That's interesting. So she's teaching you how to take yourself out of the moment.
Actually, she's teaching me to go back to those memories and take that little boy's hand. Say, come on. This isn't really you. Come on, put your hand in mine and we'll walk out of this shit.
Right.
So
it's a lot of inner child work that you're doing.
Yeah. You know, I wrote in the story where I was in 6th grade, I didn't know who I was or what I was doing.
Mm.
And my therapist said, you were numb. You were just numb. You've been shut down, abused. And so, yeah, that was a good observation.
Mm. Yeah, sometimes I think about going back into therapy for the childhood work. When I was younger, I used to not think that the childhood stuff meant anything. Like I thought it was kind of some bullshit. And like I had a friend who was in therapy since we were like young kids because of stuff that had happened in her family. And I always thought, yeah, but she's still like, it's not helping her any, you know, like she's still super depressed. She's still super anxious. She's,
right.
You know, really just unhappy. And I was like, I have been through, you know, some shit and I'm okay. I wasn't. I know that now. But I was just like, yeah, you just kind of you stuff it inside and you don't think about it anymore.
Yeah. I did. I was real good at that.
Mm.
And then I have two therapists. One is my guiding light. I contact once a month and we talk about this and that. And the other one right now is a trained professional with PTSD.
Yes. That's...
And I told her, I don't have anywhere else to go. I'm not running anymore. I don't want this shit to affect me, affect friendships.
Right.
You know. So I sent Uncle Junior a copy, loves it.
Nice.
I sent a copy to each one of my brothers thinking, you know what? I don't need their fucking approval.
You don't.
Right. This story has nothing to do with them. And yet they both called me and said, Oh, leave my name out. All right, no problem.
Right.
No problem. They still talk and act, well, like the family I left, family I was leaving. So when I talked with Christine about going up to Seattle and meeting with them, no fucking way.
Wow.
Because nothing's changed in them. Out of all these people, you're the only one that's growing.
Right.
That's
what she said.
Yeah. So, I agree.
And
I don't want
to kind of jump into the podcast part, like let's introduce you to the people.
Sure.
Because I'm going to leave all of that in. I think that's moving, and it's kind of how we formed our friendship, is having conversations. I mean, I met you at one of the bars that I work with, and we liked each other right away. And you are a salty old man.
Yeah. Don't leave out son of a bitch, too.
Well, this is true. So in the pond with me today is my friend Patrick, who just wrote his first book.
Thank you.
And it's amazing. It's very open and raw and honest. And I'm excited to see what happens with it. I mean, it's just being shopped now, as they say. So that's exciting for you. So tell us a little bit about like your origin story. We jumped kind of right into some of the heavy stuff, but
okay.
Tell me where you're from, Patrick.
I was born and raised in a little town in Upper Michigan called Sault Ste. Marie. Originally settled by the French fur traders. And they also called the bivouac on the other side of the town, on the other side of the river, is Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. So that's that.
So it's cold.
Yeah. And growing up in an Italian family, an Italian neighborhood, to me, still to this day, the sun shines the brightest. It still does. There was all these little old ladies in their black lace dresses. If they were alone, they're standing in the screen door. So whoever came in the neighborhood they didn't know,
Right.
They were calling everybody else.
They were like the neighborhood watch.
Yeah. And they would send out a son or something to confront this person, and he probably doesn't know where he's at. He's walking down that street.
Right.
But to them,
outsiders are not allowed.
Yeah.
Or not welcome.
Right. And it was very comforting for me as a child, because everywhere I went in that neighborhood, they knew me.
Mm.
Through my father and those things. And it was just so great a place to grow up for me.
Good. That's nice to hear. And what years was this?
This was I was born in 1951.
Mm.
Let's see. I think to about 6th, 7th grade. And we moved one block away.
Oh, did the neighborhood change a lot though in that one block? Was it as kind of outsiders beware?
It was more like it was a different neighborhood completely. Mm. There were Norwegians, Swedish, and
still very white.
Oh yeah, right. At the time I was growing up, the sheriff patrol was patrolling 3-mile city limits, and they wouldn't allow black people to come in they would get turned around and sent back south.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was that. But I never noticed it with my family. They'd watch basketball. Oh, yeah, okay. Hockey was the biggest thing. But baseball, basketball, football, It didn't matter to them if somebody was black. You know, there was never any
Right.
stuff demeaning type like that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
They just weren't allowed in the neighborhood.
Well, again, it depended on. The police, the sheriff's department, kept the black people out of town. Period. So that I never saw any while I was growing up.
Wow.
And I think the first time I was sailing on Orcas in the Great Lakes, and they picked up a black guy for working, doing the same thing I was doing. And two guys from up north in Duluth or something said, "I'm not sailing with that fucker on this boat."
Oh, wow.
And to this day, I remember that black kid standing on a dock, crying. "I ain't no nigger, mate. I ain't no nigger." But we didn't sail with him.
Wow.
So that gave me a lot of, that gave me a more of a kinder sense of people, you know. He did not a fucking thing wrong.
Right.
And these assholes are accusing him, and we're not going to sail if he's on that ship. So, and this was there were riots going on in Detroit, all over that area, Chicago. So I had apprehensions about meeting black people, you know, and then to watch this take place, like, holy shit.
And you understand why riots are happening.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as a kid, we never locked our doors. I could be out all night, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing was ever said or anything, you know, because summertime, and had a group of friends, and we caused a lot of trouble, but just being boyhood shit, you know, without any wanting to cause some people a disaster, you know. We would knock on people's doors,
Right.
and we'd light a bag full of dog shit on it on the porch, and we'd go hide. We're not, the closer you could get, the more braver people said you were.
Yeah.
But you'd watch this person stomping on the bag.
I never knew that really happened. I've always seen it in movies, but I never.
It's as real and true as can be. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's what I remember most fondly.
Yeah.
Was those summers, you know.
Well, yeah. I imagine like growing up in the early '60s as a teenager or a young kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was a lot of fun.
There were no boundaries, you know, for us during the summer. The tourist boats, people come to visit the locks, will get on a tourist boat and it'll take them up through the locks and bring them back around and down through the locks. Well, right in line with that, after the boat makes a turn to go back down the dock, myself and my friends would be swimming on off this little platform dock, whatever. And we never had, we didn't have swimsuits.
No, you'd just be butt ass naked?
Butt ass naked.
Mm.
Swimming and laughing and carrying on. And then when the tourist boat got about even with us, we'd shake our tallywhackers at them. So,
it was a simpler time.
Yeah, all of us played baseball and hockey, or we hockey was the big thing.
Mm-mm.
So baseball and basketball kind of
Yeah.
was put on by the city. What I want to say is that up until up until the time I was 5 years old, there was a lot of fucking abuse in my home.
Mm.
And I remember things happening to me that I never saw happen to my brothers, my younger brother.
How many brothers? You have 5 siblings altogether?
Yeah, 2 younger brothers and 2 sisters at the bottom. So I remember my old man slapping me on the back of my head and my falling on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah, several times. And what I now believe is this. I think I'm about 3, yeah. And I'm hearing this hollering, fighting, bitter, in the living room. I have to hold my hand out against the wall to keep me steady.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't walk, right? So I enter the living room and my mother's just sobbing. Really hurt. And I heard the door slam. That meant, the old man left.
Mm-hmm.
So when I tried to console her, she said, "Go away. You don't know what's going on." Okay. But the thing I remember as a child, hey, what the fuck? You're abandoning me. You're not paying attention to me.
Right.
Who's going to feed me? So even at a 3-year-old, you have this survival instinct. What happened after that? Eventually, my father moved back in, and I think he was walking on eggshells for a long time.
How long had she kicked him out for?
About 6 to 8 months.
Oh, wow.
But there's a lot of strange things going on during his absence, right? One day, my mother dressed me up and told me, "Don't get wet." She would always tell me to do that, and I'd find the nearest mud puddle. So this one time, I went off with my friends, got wet, came home, and in my kitchen at the time was my grandma, my father's mother. Unbelievable to me. But both her and my mother have this look of seriousness. So something's been said. And maybe Grandma was there to straighten things out and get my father to move back home. And she saw my pants were wet. She pulled them down.
Oh.
Along with my underwear. So I'm bare ass with my grandma. And I'm thinking, I think today, and I was thinking then, this is wrong.
Right.
I'm not supposed to be naked in front of my grandma. And there were other times an uncle or two would come by after supper and try to talk to my mother, and that was the biggest mistake they're ever going to make because she wasn't going to get in it. And so it was hard, There were times when my old man left the couch, I froze. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. And watch him racing after me. I mean, it looked like a fucking grizzly bear. And during those times, no secrets ever went outside the house.
What do you? Oh, yeah. Everything stayed.
Right.
No one talked about anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I think.
Was he an alcoholic?
No,
No, he's just mean.
just mean. There were quite a few mean people in that story, you know.
There is.
And so after a while, I think he had a talk with my mother, and they decided no more slapping on the head. Yeah. If anything, you can use a belt.
Oh.
Big fucking difference, right? So I had grown as a young boy to hate these people.
Yeah. Do you think you were getting the brunt of it and like your siblings weren't getting it at all?
Yeah.
Like
right.
you kind of were because you were the oldest, you were
That's
like
right.
a buffering for them?
Yep, exactly.
So their experience isn't going to reflect your experience at all.
Nope.
And they probably are, because of the age difference, didn't really even see it or understand it.
I think myself today is they shut themselves down when this shit was going on. You know, they didn't want to get the ire from my old man on them.
Right.
And so I got that, you know, I understand that. And for the longest time, I hated them. They still have the same mannerisms, the same type of speech, the same type of belittling that was in our family.
Right.
But they were mama's boys.
Ah.
Yeah. So around 9 years old, we moved. I told you about moved out of this house, and there was a guy in that neighborhood who raped me. Not once, not twice, maybe 3 or 4 times. I hear people talk about how painful that is, and how debilitating it is, and your privacy is taken away from you. I never felt that shit.
No.
Not a bit of it. I was numb.
Yeah, so you weren't feeling anything from it.
Right. I mean, I could still taste the guy's penis in my mouth, and him trying to insert it in my rectum, and but I've never felt that stuff about being raped. Thinking about it now, that is probably what saved my life too.
Is the numbness? Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have some of that. I think I didn't think I had anything from the first time I was raped. I didn't think it really affected me in a way. And then as an adult, like now older and realizing some of my relationships, I'm like, oh, it had a total effect on it.
Yeah.
And I still have hangups about sex, I think, and trusting someone, and because of it.
And so I gave my youngest brother, a year younger, I gave him my story, thinking like, oh, fuck, what did I do that for? He's going to come back with all these, with a different knowledge, and he's going to say to me, oh, that didn't happen. It never happened, but they didn't. He sent me back an email, said it was the most courageous thing.
It is a very courageous thing that you've just done.
Yeah.
You're talking about, and it's nice. I was telling someone about kind of who I was talking to today, and that, you're a friend and you kind of started to write this book as part of your therapy, and how you've been in therapy for a long time, but this last kind of bout has been
right,
really what's been transformative for you.
Exactly. And
you really kind of cracked open.
Yeah. I don't know why I cry. I mean, I can watch it, America's Got Talent, I hear this person sing or whatever, and they get the stars and the confetti and everything, and I start fucking crying. I have music in my car that causes me to cry. One of them is John Denver, I'm Sorry for Myself.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a catchy tune.
Yeah.
But uh, um, I actually feel I need to hear this music.
Well, it's helping you get those emotions out of your body. There's a great book called The Body Keeps the Score.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a really good book about how even though you might not realize that you remember it, your body does.
That's
the energy inside of you does.
That's exactly what we're doing now with the new.
With the PTSD.
How do you feel right now? Well, what do you? I feel angry. You know, I'm 73 years old, and I'm still dealing with these fucking memories. And then there's the guilt of, what if I killed them to destroy them, so they wouldn't hurt me anymore? But on the other hand,
You mean kill the memories?
killed them.
Oh, the people.
They had good things, you know. Jeff, my next brother down, he got guitar lessons and, you know, all equipment for playing hockey, and I don't remember a fucking thing about him.
Mm. About you ever having those?
No, I never got those.
Right.
He did.
Yeah.
So, well, I wrote that story hoping that it would heal me, that I'd be facing these memories, these harsh memories, and reliving the abuse. I mean, I could feel the slap on the back of my head as we're talking.
Right.
But on the other hand, I realized you're sticking up for yourself. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with your parents or how you were harmed. None of that. And if I allow them an inkling of space while you and I are talking, they'll be right in my presence.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've learned this time with therapy, it's about me. How do you feel as a 5-year-old? I can tell you everything. And then how do I feel now as a 73-year-old man? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that little boy takes over. You know, he's really hurt. And he doesn't trust even me sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that fully.
Yeah. Another thing I've been processing with this new therapist is spirituality.
Oh, interesting.
Very. Because I told her how every Sunday when we go to Grandma's house for spaghetti dinner, the first thing I did was walk through the front door and climb up in my grandpa's lap.
Mm.
It was the only time I felt safe, you know?
Yeah.
And my Uncle Junior says, nobody went near you. Nobody. They all moved away. That was his time with you.
Were you the oldest of his grandchildren?
There was one other, but he died early, so that made me,
yeah.
You know. So Uncle Junior remembers me sitting in his grandpa's lap and Grandpa giving me a penny. So,
which you could actually buy stuff with.
yeah.
Back then.
Right. So May 3rd is my birthday. It's 1956. My 2 other brothers were sitting in the back seat. My mother and her mother are up front. It goes to May 4th is when it happened. I was born on May 3rd.
Okay.
So we're driving down the street, and my mother says something, and I stand up to hear better, and ask, what do you mean he's gone? Who's gone? Your grandfather.
Mm.
Really? Yeah, she said, no more Papa. And I thought, you fucking cunt.
Wow.
You know, and the shock picked me up and slung me into the back seat.
Wow.
And that created another fuck you in my life. You know, so we were in the car. We were going to Grandpa's funeral.
Oh, wow. That's how you found out he had died.
Yeah. So I don't remember much sympathy. One time my mother hugged me, and it felt like her arms were on fire. Because it just seemed so ludicrous. Why are you hugging me now? Where in the fuck were you when your old man was beating me up?
Right.
You know, hello?
Did she stay with your dad till the end?
Yeah. Based on what I learned and where they grew up from, they had no choice. They had to work their ass off, otherwise there wouldn't be any food on the table. And that was it, you know. And they put up with a lot of abuse by people who didn't know better, who were just following the script handed down to them.
Right.
And I don't know. I honestly believe today is they had no fucking idea there was something else out there.
I think a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
You know, like, even now, whenever I go someplace, I can hear my dad in my head. I mean, he's still with us, thankfully. But, like, whenever we were young and we would travel someplace, he would go, "Not bad for a kid from Boston, huh?"
Yeah.
Like, it was always his thing. And, like, now when I go and I'm traveling and I'm in Europe, and I think I always have this moment where I can hear him perfectly in my head saying, "Not bad for a girl from Boston, huh?"
What a beautiful saying.
And I always say my dad's a unicorn. I mean, we've talked about, well, I used to say that in San Francisco, you can't call him that because that means something very different.
Right. Right.
But he didn't have anyone to teach him. Like, no one, his dad was not a great guy and, you know, came from a poor family. His mother came to the U.S. when she was 15 by herself.
Wow.
So no one taught him, like, how to be a good dad or that there was more out in the world, but he just kind of, and he, growing up, just wanted to have his house and his wife and kids and be happy and secure.
Yeah.
Like, that was what his dream was for his life. And he achieved it. And, you know, everything else for him is gravy. Like getting to travel or,
Right.
you know what I mean? Coming out to see me,
Right.
seeing what I've done is what he is so excited about.
That's wonderful.
And he's, you know, I'm extremely lucky that I happened to win the dad lottery, you know?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I realized it from a young kid because his brothers, or some of them, were crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I have stories of, like, when I tell some of the stories about growing up as a kid, people look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Or, like,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
say something and I'll laugh about it. And they're like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, but that was just how it was. Like, you know.
There were a couple of my uncles that treated myself and my brothers as gold. You know, and I never understood it because we were my old man's children, but they just took us under their care.
Like your Uncle Junior.
Like Uncle Junior. The son of a bitch.
So when you were, and then, I mean, you were growing up in these rough conditions, and then out of high school.
There was no high school.
Oh, you didn't go to high school?
No, I think I went till 10th grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I was so overwhelmed and felt so out of place, and even going there, I didn't want to mix with anybody. I didn't want to do any high school sports. I'd rather not go to school and go to the pool hall.
Well, I mean, don't you think that maybe the beatings and the rape is probably what made you feel so
That's right.
apathetic towards going to school or doing anything?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My old man never said a fucking thing about me quitting high school. He didn't say anything when I wrecked the car either. I didn't fender bender, anyways. So when I turned 18, I went to work on the ore boats. They go from Duluth to the Great Lakes, delivering iron ore or coal or something.
Okay.
So then you go back up, you get loaded up again, you come down and go to steel mills, And it was then I got this draft notice.
Oh.
Went to Detroit, got the physical, came back the next day, and I said to my mother, I hate this. I don't want to be part of this.
Right.
Oh, yeah, well, if they need you, you're going. See this knife? If I hear about you escaping to Canada, I'm going to take it and stick it in your chest.
Oh, wow.
Right. So then the old man came home from work, and he said, how was everything? I said, I don't like it. He says, well, go talk to the Coast Guard recruiter. And I did. And they took me in. Mm. Which I learned right away was the military's awfully safe. Mm.
That's a weird thought.
Who's going to harm you? Who's going to harm you?
Well, if you're going to Vietnam.
Right. Well, I didn't go to Vietnam. I was lucky, but it was safe for me. Mm.
Well, for you, I'm sure it did feel very safe because it was very predictable. It was a lot of rules, a lot of routine.
Yeah, right. And I did extremely well for not finishing high school. I went from E1, lowest enlisted, up to chief warrant officer. And I had to take a college equivalency exam for that.
Right.
But my grades were the highest you could get.
Oh, wow.
And as an officer, my fitness reports were always favorable. So I had that in me. And then the more I started delving into this book, I realized I wouldn't be here without them.
Oh.
That's, so.
Well, it gave you purpose and meaning.
Absolutely.
And then you've told me a story once about how when you first enlisted, there was someone above you that really saw something in you and helped foster it. And he kind of watched out for you.
Exactly.
And that's a gift kind of he gave to you. Or, he just recognized good talent, I'm sure.
I think that was the case.
Because he really pushed you to become a chief petty officer, right?
Well, he put me in line for it, yeah, because I admired him so much.
What was your job in the Coast Guard? I'm sure you had a lot, but...
Yeah, it was damage controlman. Pipe fitting, welding, carpentry, any of those skills. So I learned right away when I got to the new station, we were going to remodel this room. We put up, and so working with him, I began to see all these things. And not one time I remember us walking somewhere and an officer walking by and say, "Good afternoon, Chief."
Never?
I don't ever remember him saying, "Good afternoon, sir." It was always the other way. Mm. And that was really impressive. To me, that was... he kicked my ass a couple times when I couldn't go to work.
I'm sure you deserved it.
Yeah. He was the best man at my wedding.
Oh, that's beautiful. Which wedding?
The first one. Yeah, we got married at Army base from Washington, D.C. Mm. So that was okay. And it was good being married at first, but there were all these little creepy things going on in me. I wasn't a good father, I was never fucking home to be a good father.
So you were thriving at work, but hiding there too.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I came home and my son did something wrong, I was going to punish him. I'd get in a fight with his mother.
Mm.
But that's all I knew to punish.
Right.
I had the best fucker in the world teaching me that shit. And I went from Washington, D.C. to Upper Michigan on an icebreaker. From there, I went to Alaska.
Oh.
Yeah, and there I made chief petty officer, which was, yes.
Was Alaska colder than Michigan?
No.
No. That's wild to me.
Well, Ketchikan's right on the Tongass Narrows, a big opening that goes all the way up to Juneau, right?
Okay.
And it's surrounded by out. And they get the trade winds from Japan or around that area. So all that warmth is still coming up,
Oh, okay.
I think we only shoveled snow once or twice in my 4 years.
Oh, wow. That's
But it did rain.
Yeah.
It rained a lot. And I did, I wrote a firefighting manual for the base. And I was put in charge of teaching the duty sections.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They were just like, hey, do you know anything about fires? And you were like, no. And they were like, here, write a manual.
Yeah, that was it. That was exactly it. I walked
the
in
efficiency of the U.S. military.
Yeah, I walked in the captain's office with my division officer, and somehow we got on to talk about training the duty sections. Well, that left me with, what? Do I know how to train people? Yes. In firefighting? No. I had just the basic learning in boot camp for fighting fire. So my ex-wife and I, usually every weekend, we'd get together and we'd talk about this next lesson plan.
Oh.
And then throughout the week, I would meet with each duty section. We'd go over this. Did a lot of drills. I mean, taping over their masks and getting on the hands and knees and following a hose.
Oh, that's smart.
And then finding somebody there.
Oh.
Now they got to get back with that hose to get out and bring that person with them.
And that's just training that. Did you see that in a book or did you just kind of make it up?
Now that you think about it, I must have heard something about that. Oh, I got a lot of firefighting training videos, movies to watch. And they showed one guy on his hands and knees following this hose. And I thought, that's not good enough. That
Right.
doesn't even do anything except you know how to follow a hose on your hands and knees. So by putting a person down there, now they have to think.
Right.
Okay. So you got this person. What do I do? Well, think about it. You came in by that hose, and that's the only way you got in there. And that's the only way you're going to get out. So I used a lot of smoke, artificial smoke like they use in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple times, any of those 4 duty sections were ready to fight fires. And I was a volunteer firefighting captain for the little village I lived in.
Oh, okay.
So we duty section one night, one afternoon, we went to fight a fire in a there's the housing division, and then there was this forest fire going on. And the other thing that made it dangerous was the fire was going through these tunnels.
Oh.
Right. And they could pop up anywhere. So if I put a hose team out there, I put another hose team behind them. So to keep them safe. And so they're fighting this fire on and on. And Alaska took their firefighting people, a group of them, and sent them to the base. They relieved me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I got a medal for that. I grew so much up there, to become a chief, which was always my goal.
Was it?
I went to Air Station Miami.
After Alaska? That's a culture shock as much as a weather shock.
You name it. And so I was there for 4 years. And then I was transferred to Base Alameda. At first, I was on the engineering end, and we did projects. And I was the emergency officer.
Oh, okay.
So if this guy up in Portland or something is having trouble with a machine or something's not going well or breaking down, they would call me first. And we would talk about the situation, and I might send them money.
Money? Oh, so you were controlling budgets and things like that?
Yeah. And I also had a $12 million project backlog.
Oh, shit. Wow.
So, I got another medal there for revamping the headquarters unit for the Pacific headquarters unit.
Yeah.
And that was good. But the tension between my wife was strong as ever.
Yeah.
A couple times I couldn't stand to feel that flame, that because it felt like my body was hurting so much. And like we talked about, bodies keeping memories.
Yeah.
So I went to live on the base. I'd stay for a week or two. And my head would get a little clearer, and, but again, I'll say it, I was not a good father. I should have taken that boy fishing. I should have did this. I should have done that. I fucking didn't.
Right.
And by then I felt alienated.
Oh, from the family unit?
Yeah. So my wife went out. She was working at night. And one time she come home 4 o'clock in the morning. Where you been? I was out with a friend. Oh, okay. Yeah, and then she said this. He's a firefighter. And I went, oh.
Oh.
So I can't live like this.
Right. So did you end up leaving her?
Well,
or did she?
She moved in with a friend. And she said, we can always date. Fuck, we can. You think I want to trust you when you did this?
Right.
No. And I'll never be able to. And so we got a divorce. She moved back east to Washington, D.C. She took the 2 kids. And then the boy, he moved back out here to California. And I was retired. I was going to college. So one day there he was, But all the time I was going to college, and I'd see a kid in front of me who looked like he would behind, looking at his back. And I would have to rush to walk up and look at that boy to make sure it wasn't him.
Yeah. So did he move out here to be near you, or was it just happenstance that he moved?
No, he had some friends out here, and he moved in with them. So we would go play golf together, and we'd have a great time. And then he would snap at me. Yeah, I wonder where you got this, you know.
Yeah. But
I go home. I go home. I didn't know whether I was supposed to kiss the dog and slap Christine, because he had all my triggers.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to be around him. I'm not going to go places where I get hurt.
Right.
Fuck that.
But you now know that it's the trauma from, just like you had from your dad, he has from you.
Exactly.
The abandonment stuff, the not being worthy of
all
it.
All the above. Yeah, and according to my therapist, is signs of PTSD are inherited.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so looking back on it now, everybody in that fucking family except grandma.
Right.
Even the girls, they look at you and you better be careful you're not pissing one off.
Mm-hmm. Your sisters, yeah.
Well, my father's sisters.
Ah.
So I move out here, and I have the job at the base headquarters unit. I travel up and down the coast.
Yeah.
You know, I had a free will.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, I had an executive officer. He was, yeah, okay. I got to go down here tomorrow. Yeah, okay.
Mm.
I'm going to go out and look at this. Oh, okay. So 4 years later, I'm transferred to the base, and I'm the public works officer for the whole unit. Right?
Okay.
And now I had chiefs working for me because I was warrant officer. I was up one, above them, and it was right about during that time, my wife and I, when she came home late. I said, well, fuck this. I ain't living like this.
How long had you been married?
18 years.
Wow.
So she still collects half of my
pension
retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Why? It's been over 18 years since we separated. And so now she's getting 2 checks. And one of the things because of Christine's your
current wife.
Yeah. Because of her, she'll say, just let it go.
Right. Yeah, you can't do anything about it now.
I know, but my nature was fucking stop me.
Right.
And now it's, my daughter, we hardly ever talk. But it's enough for us to know each one's alive.
Mm.
She may call me every once in 2 years. Hey, Dad. Or I might call her something. I haven't sent her that story yet.
Do you think you will?
Oh, I know I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I will.
Do you think it'll help her to maybe see where your flaws came from?
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing, last time we were on the phone, she's going on about this and that and another thing. I said, you better get your ass to a therapist. And let me tell you this. If you fucking don't go, don't call me.
Oh.
This is how important I feel it is for you.
I like the intention, but maybe the delivery was problematic.
No, it probably was, but anyway, she called me back, told me she had a new therapist. Mm. And so, yeah, great.
Mm. What prompted you to start therapy?
I guess feeling out of place, not being centered. And my mind was always rolling, it wouldn't give me any rest. And but when I was at work, when I was on the station or base, whatever, it stopped. Mm. I didn't have the crazies. Then I started fantasizing about Christine, my first wife, cheating on me. And so I started therapy when I was maybe 25.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I didn't go consistently, but I did, to where I was feeling better.
Right.
And most of the therapists I went to, we get to talking and I say, I'm damaged goods. What? What do you mean you're damaged goods? I'm damaged goods. I've been abused, beat up, And I also say to the therapist, I need to go deeper. Okay? I have to fucking go deeper. And inevitably they would all say, what for?
Right.
You're here now? So, Christine and I had been married for maybe a year. And she said something one night, and I took a forkful of spaghetti and flew it in her face.
Oh.
And the next day I went to the VA clinic.
Yep.
And they gave me an MD and a physical. And the more I talked with the doctor, I want you to go to behavioral health. So I did that at first, and they gave me, I had 3 therapists.
Oh, wow.
I was so good at it. But one worked on my childhood, the abuse and all that. And the other one, she more or less helped me adjust to a new life, a new way of being, right? Because I still had that military thinking.
Right.
I can't order people to do this or do that anymore.
No, you can't.
No.
You try to.
Yeah. So that we stopped that. Things went away for a while. And then shit would happen again from out of fucking nowhere.
Right.
It wasn't something I consciously wanted to happen. But my PTSD went like this. It'd be right here, right now, and then it would go away. It'd go way out there, like no longer a memory. And then it would come back and hit me again. Oftentimes worse.
Oh.
I tried committing suicide twice, and I didn't do it.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I'm glad you didn't do it.
thank you.
I just heard, I was in an interview with, I'm not going to remember his name. He was just on 60 Minutes, and it was a gentleman that is, his son, he was in the Secret Service, he's been in government for a long time, and his son was a Navy SEAL.
I saw that.
Who just killed
Same
himself.
one.
And he just said, he had a beautiful line in it where he said he wasn't taking the easy way out. Because a lot of people say that about suicide. And he was saying it was the only way he could, 1, get anybody's attention, and 2, it's the only way he could find his peace.
That's right.
And I thought I love that he took the moment to kind of enforce that.
Yeah, and like this new therapist I've been with for 6 weeks. And we go back. Sometimes we have to go back to the same situation again and again, so that I find my spirit. And I mentioned Grandpa earlier. And so I was sitting in the birch trees, right? And we were talking about being raped the first time. And she says, let's take a break. Maybe you want to go sit in your trees right now. Yeah, I do. Oh, okay. You do that, and we'll get on with more. my grandpa comes in the woods with me. This is hard for me to adjust to.
Right.
You know? I mean, God abandoned me already, so fuck him. Right? Didn't do shit for me. And now here's my grandpa. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't have to, but I feel this sense of renewal.
So while you're meditating, and what she taught you to do is to meditate and find a safe space to kind of bring your body to and meditate in there. And so while you're sitting there meditating and thinking about being in your birch trees,
exactly,
he just comes walking in through to your meditation.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's the spirit of,
I do too.
And it's trying to help you and heal you and let you know that you're okay and you're safe. And
exactly.
Yeah.
I told Christine about this. I said, I didn't see Jesus. I saw Grandpa. You know, all these years later. And even when I was a child, he was there.
Yeah, he was your safe space as a kid, whether or not you realized it then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a picture of me sitting on his lap.
Mm.
Well, actually, I'm just a baby right then. And I'm on his lap and I've got my hands over his big belly, you know. So.
That's cute.
And that's another thing that has given me power, strength. This therapist said, wow, you did so well today. I said, she says, do you want to do anything more? No. I just want to sit here and experience what's going on. You know, that I'm not junk. I have fears. I don't like heights, so I don't go over the Bay Bridge unless somebody's driving me.
Okay.
I stay away from crowds. I think for the first time I love myself.
That's beautiful. I'm glad that you found that for yourself.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see someone at your age still doing the work to improve yourself, to get a better life, to find the joy that life can offer you.
Right.
And to enjoy like the twilight of your life in the best way possible.
Oh yeah, I'm okay.
Well, you have a beautiful wife who loves you a lot. I mean, you.
It loves me a lot. You see the scars on my neck from the halter she uses?
Oh, I didn't know we were getting into your kink side.
No, but yeah, she's.
She's brilliant. I hope she'll come and sit with me because I love hearing the little bit of her stories that she's shared with me.
Yeah.
She was a wild lady.
Oh, she was. She really was.
And she has this energy about her.
Yeah.
Like she can command a room just by walking in it.
And she does.
She's in her 70s. She's got her walker, but she still is one of the most stunning people that walks into that room.
I take her down to the Benton. Mm-hmm. The whole fucking bar goes quiet.
Yeah.
You know, and all those Irish mutts get off their stools and come over and say hello and on and on. And she never comes here. What about me? How come I ain't getting that?
Because we see you all the time.
Yeah.
And you're a salty old son of a bitch.
Yeah, she saved my life. After I'd been going to therapy for a while, one of the doctors said, it might be a good idea to bring your wife in for couples counseling. And why she saved my life, I believe, is while we were in counseling, I was telling the therapist exactly how I felt about women.
Oh.
About not trusting women and some other things. And to this day, I'm looking at her. She has tears in her eyes, but she doesn't leave.
She loves you.
Yeah. So We put our little dog down the other day. He was too old, but she stayed with that little guy all the way up until the needle was put in him.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her in a different light.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I saw her in a place of no fear, no apprehensions about what she was doing. She made friends, of course. She always makes friends. But she stood out in the rain too. Didn't call. I was parked around the corner. She didn't call me to come back and get her. She had it all under control. And that was just one of those events, in my life that just put me in shock. The one thing I could say is I see things better.
Mm. You have a healthier perspective?
Well, yeah, and I go for a walk and, hey, this house is here. Well, it's always been there, but why does it look so different? It's because I'm seeing it.
Mm. You're more present in your life.
Yeah, right. Or a tree.
Yeah.
There's a lot of black guys walk up and down the street I'm on. And I used to just didn't want to be part of it, But now I say hello. How you doing? And it's usually people around my age, like, yeah, okay, this happened then, but now it's a new day. So, yeah. And my best friend, she took golf lessons from me, and she's just been super good. Super good.
So you keep having these women that come into your life that are good to you.
Yeah.
That you can trust. That.
Yeah. I think I wrote there that it's people who give me my strength. Yeah.
I think you've probably already had your strength in you. You just didn't know how to tap into it.
Exactly.
And now you've learned that you can trust yourself. That, the evidence has shown you that whether or not you realized it, you have loved yourself all the time. It's just that you weren't aware of that love for yourself.
Most of it then was survival. Yeah. I thought about committing suicide, but then I thought, what a coward I am. So that's not going to happen. And I put it in the end of that story where the writer says he went down to the cliff and he invited them to come with him. They said no. Did it again. They said no. The next time he pushed them and they sprouted wings. And that is so poignant for me. I got pushed off a cliff.
And you grew wings.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I feel now.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I still have to talk about the rape with this therapist.
Well, you'll get to that in your time and when you're ready.
Oh, it's going to be next Tuesday. That's her time. But I'm not afraid anymore.
I had a therapist once who told me when I was talking about whether or not I wanted to open up some of the things in my past. She said there are things that you will want that you kind of have to open, and there are some things that you don't. And I said, well, I'm afraid of it, And she said, why would you be afraid of it? It can't hurt you again.
Right.
She said it already hurt you once, and you've survived it.
I have to use your bathroom.
Go for it.
Ozempic at work.
Oh. You're on the Ozempic, huh?
Yeah.
How's it affecting you? Other than,
I'm losing weight.
oh, good.
I'm walking better, taller. That's what's happening. I joined a gym.
Good.
Started going for walks.
You know I love a walk.
Boy, yeah. Where I live on Central, right across the street is Crown Beach. So
Right.
walk along the shoreline.
Yep. That used to be my walk every day because I lived right off of Shoreline.
Yeah.
And I miss that walk. Sometimes I now will drive over to Shoreline and then walk the whole beach. But I have been walking a lot by the Hornet
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
which is, it's still beautiful, but it's not quite the beach view.
Yeah. Going for walks helps me a lot to centering myself.
When you walk, do you listen to anything or do you just walk?
Well, I used to listen to headphones, but I had all this rock and roll on it, and that would make me walk faster.
Well, that's good.
So I when I go to the gym on a treadmill, I'll put the music on, but not when I'm walking.
What about like audiobooks or podcasts? No?
No, I just walk.
That's good. It means that you can be in your own head too.
Yeah.
There are some days that I feel like I want to listen to like 4 things to just get out of my head. And there are other times that I'll walk with nothing. I'll have sometimes a headphone in, but it won't actually be playing anything.
Yeah.
Where I can just think.
Like I said earlier, is I'm seeing things in new lights. And one of the, to maintain that is to go for a walk,
Yeah.
I think, for myself.
Yeah. I have the 2 things. I do walks and I do the banya. And those 2 things really help center me and keep me who I am. You know, I say I go into the banya as one person and come out as myself. I think the same is true for a walk. I start a walk and I'm in like one headspace and I come back and I'm like, okay, now I can tackle my day. Now I can do
Absolutely right.
this. I've moved my body. I've stretched it all out. I know where my pain points all are and that for that day.
Well, yeah, and I joined Anytime Fitness,
Oh, nice.
and I like that I can go there anytime I want, day or night, whatever. And I may even go in there for 10 minutes. You know, just put some time on a treadmill or something.
Right.
But I'm not in a race anymore. You know,
No.
I don't want to be hyped up with rock and roll music and that stuff. And I find myself taking better care of me.
You mentioned earlier that Christine has seemed to start to look at you in a different light. That must feel nice.
It does.
It must feel like you all are kind of rekindling some old passion in your...
Yeah, you know, I don't leave that house unless I'm dressed for her approval. I know, but you're not wearing that. What's wrong with it? Nah, you're not going outside like that. Go change.
Well, you represent her too.
That's true. She's probably she is the best thing in my life. She comforts me. And sometimes when my PTSD is acting up, she'll say, go in the bedroom. I don't want to hear about it. Call your therapist. But,
Yeah, she's very good at boundaries from what I can tell.
yeah.
And she'll listen to you when she can, and when she's not in that space, she has no problem telling you.
None at all.
But I think that's probably also what lends you to be able to trust her, because you know that she'll tell you the truth all the time.
For a while there, John and I were good friends. And then one night he started just blistering me with stuff. So I went home and I told Christine, and she said he was drunk. What? You're telling me if you're drunk, you can do these things? That's what you're telling me, right? So I go out, I get drunk, I come home, I don't say shit or do anything wrong. And you're going to give this fucking guy that excuse? I don't think so.
Do you think she was giving him an excuse, or do you think she was explaining why he was being like that?
Probably both, but I don't care.
Right.
You know, I don't care because I don't want to be part of it anymore. I don't want to be fucking abused.
Right.
Or looked down up and all this other stuff. Like I say in that last part of that story, my AA sponsor said God did not create junk.
No, he does not.
So I'm much more aware of that. You know, I mean, Grandpa doesn't look like Jesus, but he is to me.
Yeah.
One time, I was stationed on the base, and my son broke his leg, and he had to go over to Oak Knoll Naval Hospital for surgery.
Okay.
So I found out about it after the fact. By the time I got there, he was in the recovery room.
Oh, wow.
And I was so scared and hurting for him. And I took his hand in mine, and this is honest God's truth. Grandpa, my uncles, and my father shot this bolt down my hand into his. And I was explaining that to an older guy one time. He says, so what? It's not a big deal. That's what's supposed to happen.
Oh. It's like they were passing their strength down.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I write that I wish they were still alive. All of them were alive. And I would love to tell my papa I love you.
But they know.
Yeah.
And their spirit can hear you now. I firmly believe in that.
Yeah. Yeah. On my way from Alaska to Florida, stopped at my family and we went to my old home, and somehow or another, I got involved with tearing their bathroom apart and remodeling it.
Mm.
Okay, and the old man sticks his head above the trap door in the ceiling. He says something. He says, "You come a long way, kid." That's the first fucking and last time there was that
Encouragement.
Yeah, but I think it was more about. Well, it's hard to tell. I couldn't explain that.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it gave you any peace at the time?
No, I don't, because I didn't get it. I was again. Every time I go in that house, I get numb.
Right.
I couldn't wait to leave that house. So I remember that. I'm not afraid anymore.
No, you're not. And I think your book will help a lot of other people. I think your story will help people.
Yeah.
It's like I said before, it's amazing to see someone at your age still looking for the vibrance in life and doing the work and healing the parts of you and going back to take care of the kid in you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometime during the middle 80s, there was a program on CBS, no, another channel, PBS. And they had this man, his name's John Bradshaw. And he's written several books about childhood.
Oh, okay.
About inner child.
Oh, okay.
and there's some meditations, and after I finished this story, I ordered all 3 volumes again. Because he was writing my fucking script.
Right.
And what I'm now getting it. I'm fucking getting it. When I abandon myself and think of those who hurt me, I'm fucked. Mm-hmm. I have fucked myself out of a place at the table. Just that easy. And as long as they keep ruminating in my head, they get back their power.
Right.
So now I'm getting to, now I get to the point they shouldn't matter at all. Not that I'm upset or angry at them. Just I don't need them in my life. Right. I can't afford to have them in my life.
And therapy's giving you that, the kind of the key to unlocking to get them out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Do you think learning to meditate has been the biggest helpful?
There's some meditations in this book by Bradshaw. One is as a baby, elementary school age, high school, and all that. And usually with my meditation, it's to stop this, to prevent this from happening again.
Throwing anything.
It changes shapes. What the PTSD that left me here is out there eating other people, so to speak. It's changed its character.
Yeah, it's like hiding into new people to...
Hello, yeah.
Well, it's like they say, life will test you, have you really healed from this? It'll keep throwing the test at you until it is kind of satisfied and know that you really did heal that part and you're over it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. The other day, Tuesday, when I see her, we didn't finish the whole session. She said, "Let's stop for a moment. I want you to feel." Mm-hmm. Your strength. I want you to be well aware of this. From your head to the tip of your toes. And yeah, I got her laid there for 20 minutes, just, looking at her, just feeling renewed. We still have to go through the raping. We still have to deal with the old man beating me up and kicking me with his work boots on. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not.
That's amazing.
It's a miracle.
It is. It's a gift you're giving yourself.
Right.
And then by writing this and sharing these stories, you're helping to hopefully give it to someone else too.
Yeah. Yeah. Rachel helped me with the first part of this story, and I thought, well, okay, I'll give it another shot and see what she's doing. And she wrote me, emailed me, said, "This is wonderful, courageous." Mm-hmm. It could be healing for others. Yep,
I think it will be, and I think I'm excited to see what happens while it's being previewed and shopped. And when you have your final book release out, we'll do another one of these where we sit down and talk about how much further you've come, and we'll have a little book party.
Right. So now I'm looking for a publisher, or I could self-publish it. The few inquiries I made with publishing houses is, "Oh yeah, we'll help you. We'll rewrite and edit your script." No, you're not. You're not changing a fucking word.
Mm-hmm. So self-publishing may be what we do with you, because if you don't want to let them change it at all.
Not a bit. And it's not because I did this wonderful thing. It's because I got to the point in my life, I don't need your assistance if you're going to do that. You go fuck yourself.
Well, do you think maybe you're being a little rigid on that?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why?
Because you can?
Yeah, and that's my story.
It is your story. And it should be told your way.
And sharing it. So I have the feeling if it got edited, a lot of things would get taken out.
Oh. Maybe not.
I haven't gone that far yet either.
Right. Well, I think your writing is beautiful, Patrick, and I thank you so much for coming and sharing this with us and for being so open.
People make me who I am.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to go and we will see you next week. And we hope that you go find some of your own joy for yourself today. We love you.
Well put.
Thanks, love. Thank you for listening to that casual conversation about some serious shit. That's exactly what we're brewing up here at Ducking Reality. A huge thank you to Patrick for showing up, keeping it real, and sharing his story. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and share this with your favorite duck or someone who could use a little truth in their tea. Because here we're not just talking, we're sharing stories and hopefully changing lives. Want to connect with today's guests? Hit the show notes. Want to sip some more tea? Head over to duckingreality.com and check out all of our past episodes. Produced with love and a lot of caffeine at the Ducking Brilliant Studios in Alameda, California by your host, me, Siobhan. Thank you for joining me in the pond, and I can't wait to have you back next time. And until then, stay curious, stay joyful, and remember, you are powerful and you're deeply loved, my ducks. Now go and find that joy today.